I want to thank you for joining me as we tour our backyard garden. We have been doing a few experimentations here on different types of things to grow. And we start off here with this plant here. This here is an eggplant. Got these from seed, and you can see it has a flower here, and this is what it looks under there. Now, what I did yesterday was I hand pollinated them, which I took a paintbrush and took the yellow and rubbed against the stem in the middle, and we'll see what happened. And I did that today also. What I realized is that I didn't know before is that the flower, when it first grows, it opens up in the morning, and then this one closed last night, and then it reopened again. So I did it again in repollination. And I'm not sure what some of these other ones are, just let them grow. Now, this one here is a baby moringa plant in the pot. And this here is a passion fruit floratia. And these produce the baby passion fruit. This is the first year I grew these, and we'll see how they go. I'm growing them in other places too, and they seem to be thrive and growing. This one here initially was a blueberry tree or bush. I planted two of them together. They didn't seem to grow that well, and then it seemed to died, and then this grew back. And I don't know if this is a weed or if it's a blueberry or not. I just said I'm not going to kill it. And inside of it also is a moringa plant. This one is a moringa plant that we grew from last year. This is a pretty big one, and it's still doing well. Originally, this one was in the ground somewhere else, and then we transplanted back in this pot. So just see how it's doing. And then some more moringa plants. Now, as we continue to walk through the yard, I'll show you over here. This is Jerusalem atichoke that we ordered on eBay as plants, and then it grew. It had several flowers on it, and so now it's look like it's kind of wilted because it needs water or because it's so hot here. It's over probably about 90 degrees, I would think. And this here is some Kale that we just threw in the compost pile over here, and it took off, and it's still growing, and we've been still harvesting off of that. Here we have different other plants. I can't remember what this other one is. The one with the round leaves. These are okra plants that we grew from seed. These were last year's seeds that I saved. I only saved like a few of them, and I then planted those seeds here, and they're doing well. We harvested a lot of okra off of these plants, and they're still doing it. As you can see, the okra flower, I'll get you close to it. It blossoms early in the morning, and then it drops off, and then you get the okra. That's after that, and it only lasts one day. So these are the okra plants, or the okra fruit. And I'll get a closer look at some of them. There's one that's curling around some, and I already harvested them this morning, and they just are growing and growing and continue to produce. God is so good. All right, and here we have some Tumeric that ordered some in the mail, just the turmeric, root planted in the ground, and it's growing well too. It's been raining a lot here, so that's been a blessing. Now the sun is fully out. Here we have potatoes that we grew, some blue potatoes that we planted in the ground. Let's see how they do. We planted some in a pot. They didn't do that well, but they grew. They multiplied more than what we put in there, so that's a blessing. And right here we have a plant that I thought that's pretty interesting. It's called a Narajila. In America, a lot of people pronounce it as Narajila because it's got a J in there, but it's actually Narajila. And these leaves are just humongous. They are about 1 foot. The one I'm pointing my finger at right here, that's about 1 foot long, and about a half a foot wide. Now I planted several of them in the pot and didn't know how they were going to do, and we got probably about 4 or 5 plants that's in there, and they're doing very well. I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully they grow some fruit and we'll be able to eat them. They said the fruit tastes like somewhat like orange and a pineapple and some kind of tomato family. So we'll see. And then also we have here, these are golden tomatoes, the baby tomatoes. And we've been harvesting a lot of these off of these. And I grew these from seed also. And, you know, we transplanted them and they're doing pretty good. You know, so that's a blessing. And we have some turmeric here that's in this this pot. Originally I had some flava beans in there and also had something else. And all of them was growing well, and then all of a sudden everything just died off and the turmeric just took over. So that's a blessing. Turmeric has so many beautiful benefits to it and health benefits. So if you don't know about it, just go ahead and Google it and check it out. Over here, this was these are flowers that are called dinner plates, and this one is starting to close up. In the morning it was just fully wide open, and then they close up and drop off, and then it turned into a seed pod. So this first time we grew these were given to us by a friend, and they sell them in Alabama. All right, over here we have a guava plant. This first time, like I said, we grew a lot of these things, and so I planted some moringa plants around it to be like a source of, you know, because the moringa helps the ground. And, you know, actually this one, the moringa that you're seeing now, I had cut those back and then threw them on the ground for a fertilizer, and it's now coming back. And you can see there's a gigantic white mushroom that's right under there too, so that's part of the mushroom compost, I guess, and it's working out really well. Now what I did with this plant was, I cut off the tips on it when it got up here. Now the tips are starting to sprout out, as you can see. You know, they're starting to go out here and here and here, and you know, and I did that on all of them. So they're starting to grow out, and it's going to be more bushier. And I'm just hoping that this will make it where it's more fruitful, more fruit grows. So just as experimentation. And here we have some peppermint and weeds that's grown in that pot. And this is from last year. We had some peppermint that was over there, and that just took over the yard. So now they went all the seed, and we just decided to cut the yard there. So here are some other Narajila plants that this one and this one. These were transplants that I took from that pot over there, and it's taken them a lot to heal. So I would recommend, if you're going to grow them, you know, find a place that you're going to put them and just don't bother them, let them grow. And still experimenting with it to see what happens. You know, it'd be interesting to see how the fruit tastes on that. Here we have an eggplant. I bought this as a plant from the store, and we can see here that it's starting to get an eggplant flower right there. So that's a blessing, and praying that it will produce a lot. Last year we planted an eggplant in a similar pot like this. This first time growing it, and you know, we got a lot of eggplants from it. You know, probably like, got about a good 10, I would think. And it produced pretty good. And so we grew on them again. And here's a spice. I can't remember the name of it, but it's used like for in dressing and stuff like that. And this was originally in the bin over there with the flowers, but they just took over the pot. And so we decided to transplant them over here. So we pray that they grow, and we'll have some organic seasoning that we use for our dressing. And there's some oregano and some lemongrass and some more peppermint. Here we got some strawberries that's growing in the pot. They did well, and I'm just letting them go. You know, right now they just got some moringa growing in there too to help, you know, help fertilize it. Now here we have a patch of moringa that is growing really good. And we're hoping that they go to seed for the first time. Last year when we grew them, they didn't go to seed. You know, we used a lot of leaves and then they died off. So we're hoping that this time it will. We'll see what happens. Right now, this tallest one that you see right here is probably about a good 7 feet tall. And last year around this time they started flowering, so we'll see if they flower this time. Now, this is amazing. This is a fig tree that we had grew in the pot, and then we transplanted it, and it just seemed like, well, it's not, it's got the leaves that's going green, but we weren't seeing anything. But no fruit. Now this morning when I was looking, I did see a fruit pot. Yep, there it is, right there. If you can see it. There's our first baby fig. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. May it grow. And if you got one, that means that there's going to be more coming. So we're just praying that it produce lots and lots and lots of figs. There we go, the baby fig. And I'll bring it over this way. See it this way. All right, so it's like, yes, it's starting to get, it got fruit. That's a blessing. Over here, we have some more Jerusalem artichokes. We never had these before. I ordered just a few of them through eBay and planted them, and then now they're all brown, and they're pretty much kind of ready to dig up and to eat some. They said the best way to preserve them is to just let them stay in the dirt and eat them as you need them. So we're gonna try some and see how it goes. So now that they're all back, and then they'll take over. They're very invasive from what they say. So that's how come we're growing them into the into this thing, into this container to see how they do. So I'm like, this is a good invasive plant, so let it grow. So more moringa, and yesterday I planted some seeds that I got ordered. This is just the normal moringa kind, and right here before we continue on, this is a plum tree. So we haven't got any fruit off of it. We planted this in the ground this year, and we just hoping to see what'll happen. We're praying that it be fruitful and multiply. But now it's just starting to grow, so that's a blessing. And it's been raining a lot. Over here we got some more moringa. I planted some the PMK1 type seeds over here. I just did that last night, the moringa. So they said that those are more hardier for winter, and that they hold the seed. So we'll see how it goes. This was the lonely sunflower that we grew. If you saw my other video, we did have some other sunflowers, a patch of them that grew, but we just only grew one of them. Just grew this time, and we just letting it go. And over here we have some okra. This is another type of okra seed that we bought and grow. And these grow the fat ones, and they are spined. So, but they was doing okay. We got a few okras off of that plant. Over here we had our watermelon patch. You can see one of the watermelons right here of a different kind. These are the ones that usually planted. There's one over here. And there's one that's outside the fence. I don't know if you can see it that well. It's right there. And we had also another watermelon that was called Alibaba or something like that. Yeah, Alibaba. And this is where they were growing over here. We got quite a few of them, and also we had some that was over there. Actually, I even have one that the last one that I picked this morning, and it grew to about 2.5 feet long and about a little bit over half a foot thick. And we've been eating those, and they've been really good eating. Here's some chia plants that grow from it's called Saba chias, and we just you can put them in your food. Chia is good for you. This one I just took some of the seeds that we had bought, plant them in the pot, and see how they do. And then they're growing, they're getting kind of tall. They're actually taking over the other things that was in there. We had planted some radish, and you can see that right here. There's the radish that was there, and they're still there too. But I let the chia seeds take over, and we see what happened. Over here, you can see these little plants here, right? This is actually lemon cucumbers, and these are not doing so well. I think that it might have been too hot for them, but I don't know. We'll try again later during the season. And over here was another type of fruit plant. We got one fruit from it. You can see there's one there.